Thank you.
Yes. So I was exposed to it from birth because when my mom immigrated here, her first language was Tagalog. Um, and then she, met my dad and they got married and all that stuff. But really, because she learned English as like a strong second language while I was growing up, I was constantly exposed to Tagalog because that was like, that was her home language. She wasn't communicating a lot with the Americans here. So I was exposed to it a lot until we went to the Philippines when I was what, Mom, like 4 years old?
Yeah, that was your first time when
Yeah.
you were like 4, yeah, 3 or
Yeah, and my mom would always, buy those calling cards to call back to the Philippines and,
okay.
talk to her siblings there because that was the only way, they knew what was going on. Um, so that's the language I heard whenever my mom talked was Tagalog until she got more familiar with it. As I went to school in America, that's how she started to really grasp the English language a lot more. But until then, it was like 100% Tagalog from my mom and 100% English from my dad. Then I went to the Philippines and started like understanding a lot more and like trying to talk. I always say I talk like a 4-year-old in Tagalog. It's very like, um, it's like I'm a little kid when I'm speaking in Tagalog now, but that's when I like got fully immersed into the language is like my first trip to the Philippines when I was 4 years old. And I don't know, Mom, how long we stayed there the first time, at least a few months
Just a
because I
couple
wasn't in
months, yeah.
school yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, back to America. And then I started kindergarten. And that's when my mom started like really learning the English language.
All right, that's great. Good to know that when you were 4 years old, you visited the Philippines and
Yes.
you got immersed in our Filipino language.
Yeah.
How was the feeling of learning Filipino or Tagalog for the first time when you were 4 years old?
Um,
You were just
I would
hearing.
Yeah, I was just listening a lot. I that was another thing too that so sorry. Before we went to the Philippines, I know my mom told me as I got older that they thought I had a speech delay,
Mm.
because I wasn't talking a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as my parents so lovingly put it, after that trip to the Philippines, I would not shut up because I was learning two languages right at the same time. And so I was kind of like absorbing all of it. And it
Yeah.
wasn't that, I was delayed in talking. I was just like, oh, wow, there's just, so much I can say. And then after I came back, I was like, oh, my family over there, they talk to each other a lot, right? So I came back and I was like, oh, now I see all these school kids talking a lot. So I'm going to start talking, right? And so then I just didn't stop talking. Yeah.
She won't stop talking.
So my family made me feel very comfortable in the Philippines, and that allowed me to feel like I could express myself and try talking to them. And they were always like very supportive, when I would use little Tagalog words here and there, with the English that I did know. So I felt comfortable.
Ayan. So, this is my
Yeah.
co-author, co-researcher, Miss Leia La Pastora.
Hi.
Co-teacher
Hi.
ko
Good
rin.
morning po.
Good
Ayan.
morning.
So, this is my classmate Leia, si Verna. So, and then
Hello.
they live now in Nevada, Texas. Tapos yung daughter niya is
Nevada.
Patricia.
Las Vegas, Nevada.
Sorry,
Thank
baliktad.
you.
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas.
Sorry na ba? Okay.
Ayan.
Siyempre
Thank you
po.
for joining us
Oo.
today.
Of
Opo.
course.
Yeah, since they started talking about how Patricia, learned Tagalog in the Philippines, 4 years old pa lang pala tapos yun, mandami siyang kinuwento. But anyway, naka-record naman to Leia. So, yung another question ko naman, eto medyo kaya mo siguro ng Tagalog to, ano? Tama,
Go.
Patricia. Siguro si Ma'am, si Miss, si Berna can help also. Ano, Tungkol kasi sa ano 'to, sa cultural immersion, yung Filipino values na paano naturo kumbaga di siyempre sa Pilipinas ka lumaki 'di ba, Berna, tapos yung anak mo sa Amerika. Paano yung 'di ba
Mhm.
yung pinakang cultural values no, naipasa mo ba or naturuan ba ng mga Filipino values si Patricia while growing up bago siya dumating sa Pilipinas sa
Well, I think she can answer that. What are the you think anak the difference between, can you tell the difference
Mhm.
as you are
Um,
now?
yeah,
Konting Tagalog lang. Pag-exa-
yeah, Filipinos, I guess some of the values I got, like being Filipino, is that they're very hardworking no matter what's going on. And it didn't matter how easy or hard life was for us. Whatever the job was, we would get it done. Whatever schoolwork I had to do, I would get it done. And I was always looking toward, like, okay, what's next? What am I going to do next? Whereas, like, here in America, it's kind of a stark contrast where people are very content and they don't realize what they have. We like to call it, oh, first world problems. It's like, oh no, there's, the hot water ran out and I can't like continue to have a hot shower. Meanwhile, I'm like, well, my family's just working to put food on the table in the Philippines. So, I'm like, good for you, right? Sounds like a really big problem, but it's not. So I guess like just like the work ethic that comes from being Filipino is probably what's stuck out for me ever since I was a little kid, through now. Um, I don't know, Mom. You should probably elaborate on some of this because you saw me grow up as a kid.
Yeah, I mean, like you were saying, Maria, what values are you pertaining? Like,
For
what do you
example,
want to know?
for example, the values that we have like close family ties, like
Oh
that.
yeah,
You're very close to your family ba? And then you have another value. We also have this pakikisama or pakikipagkapwa.
I don't
Shared
know if
shared
she knows
humanity.
that word pakikisama, or I don't
Pakikisama.
know if she knows the meaning of that.
Mm,
But through experience, alam niya ang difference, when we go to the Philippines, like it's different. Kakaiba talaga yung experience niya, like pag-gathering.
mm-mm,
Iba talaga yung family ties nandyan. Pag family na, as in, mararamdaman niya talagang sobrang saya niya. Ganyan, no? Dito kasi pag may gathering, we're all just quiet. Pero sa Philippines, it's just like, parang walang boundaries ba? Ganon. So,
yun yung
and
difference.
also, she also learned the tourist, like anak, you learned I taught you the opo and po, when you talk
Yeah.
to, stuff like that, like when
Mano po, yeah,
money
yeah.
po,
Good.
yeah. Yeah, when they were
Oh, and
growing up,
opo, and mano
oo.
po. Ayan.
Yeah, they don't do that stuff here, of course. And one thing about I like here sa US is yung pagiging independent ng mga anak ko. That is one thing na I don't na yung na-observe ko sa Philippines, yung,
Mm-mm.
well, I don't want to offend anyone, pero raising their kids na they don't teach them how to be independent.
Mm-mm.
No, nowadays, kung ganun pa rin. Pero
Mm-mm.
ang mga anak ko talaga at age, how old were you, anak? 14 years old? She started,
Sure.
she started going in front of Starbucks and selling newspaper and all that, just to earn like $1 a paper. Do you remember we had to drive by just to buy newspaper, to support her? Yeah.
Wow,
Yep.
Mhm.
that's great.
Yeah.
Good
Mm-hmm.
to
And
know.
now look at her. She's on her own, and yeah, she's that's one thing I like about raising the kids here.
Mm-mm. So in the
Yeah.
big,
Yeah, the independence aspect. in America
independence
versus, yeah.
versus
Yeah,
the
because
Philippines.
it's not that it's wrong, not that it's wrong by any means. I think people in the Philippines just do what they can with what they have.
Mm-mm.
But it's very like, let me support my children and give them everything until I cannot work anymore, and then they will have to do the same, right? And it's this like generational cycle. Whereas here in America, it's very like teach your children to provide for themselves so that way, you know, they can do it on their own.
Yeah. So that's one
But
advantage.
that's,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
that's good. That's one advantage of living there in America because, Berna, you taught your children how to become independent, which I think that's a
Yun.
problem here in the Philippines in some families. But I think now, because of the technology and because of maybe a generative AI, their
Okay,
students.
but honestly, being Filipino, it was hard for me to
Mm,
let her go
mm-mm,
because I'm a Filipino.
mm-mm,
But eventually, I kind of see the difference,
mm-mm,
versus Philippines and here.
mm-mm,
And and then later on, I was like, I like it. I like how they raise kids here.
mm-mm.
So I did the same thing with my other kids,
All right, that's
but
good
she's
to
still
know.
living with us.
Oh, good to know.
Ah,
But
Oh,
yeah.
y-
Miss
yeah, we have.
Verna, yes, how about po yung pakiramdam or sensitivity? And Patricia, how about sensitivity? Like for us Filipinos, we are in a way sensitive,
yes, we are very
maybe with
sensitive.
the maybe with the feelings of others, or probably dapat ba Tagalog, Doc
Pwede
Mary, so
namang
that
oo,
we
may
can check on
konti.
Patricia. Oo. Sensitivity, like how we see others, their needs, their feelings, emotions, Miss
You want
Verna.
me to answer for her? Because I can.
Yes, yes.
Yes, please.
Maybe,
No,
yeah,
you know,
Patricia can answer.
she learned that from me. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't, ayoko magbuhat ng
It's
bangko pero
oo.
she saw me how generous I
Mhm,
am.
mm.
I was, am, and until now. And I think nakita niya talaga sa akin. So habang lumalaki siya, ganun din siya. Kaya ko alam yon sa Philippines siya kasi tumutulong.
Wow, ang
Through me, sa
mm.
akin niya pinapadaan kasi. And siya ang nag-offer parate, Mom, I wanna help. Ganun siya.
Bait naman.
Financially. Ganun ang anak ko. Sa akin,
I'm blushing. Stop it.
at
Oh, ang
every
galing.
time na,
Mm,
ganun siya. And I'm really, really proud na may nakuha siya. Kahit paano ay may nakitang ganun sa akin. Yeah.
mm. Yun nga
Mm-mm.
yung characteristic ng mga Pinoy, mahilig tayong tumulong, 'di ba? Sa mga nangangailangan, yung pakiramdam, yung sensitive to others' needs.
Kahit nawala ka or I mean, you don't have to be really rich or something para tumulong. Ganun naman tayo. Yeah.
Mm.
And I think, I mean, I think it goes a little bit more than money is the easiest way to help someone in the Philippines, I think.
Mm.
But I also have, I have my cousins who are like my same age. Um, and sometimes it can feel a little bit closed off. When we talk to our parents, it's a little bit different, right? Because we want them to see us a certain way. But with my cousins, it's like we're on the same level. And I've also been able to have them like confide in me, like, hey, what are your problems? What are your struggles? What are you concerned about? And my mom knows this now. For example, one of my cousins, she knew that her parent um, borrowed a lot of money from a lot of people and it bothered her, but she was getting everything that she wanted or needed. And so, emotionally I was like sensitive to that and careful about that, but she felt like she could confide in me for that too. And I she said she appreciated like an American's perspective on it or whatever. And I was like, well, I'm just here as your cousin. I don't see anything different. Like, I'm still your family. I'm going to be here for you. But then I learned over time that maybe in the Philippines that families the nuclear family may not be that open with each other, right? When they have a concern, they may not bring it up to their parents because they just want to make mom and dad happy. So then I learned like, oh, like here in America, we would, you know,
It's different.
we would hash that out and we would not, emotionally sit on that for years and years. It's like, no, we're gonna solve this
Tell them.
problem today. Whereas in the Philippines, it's no, I must make my, elders happy. So I'm gonna keep quiet about it. But I was able to, help my cousins in that kind of way
Well, that's
with
good.
their emotions.
Yeah.
At least they
She's like that
confide.
with friends too.
Mm-mm. You are also doing that to your friends.
Yeah,
I try.
her time and all that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow. So you are a proud parent, Berna, because you were
of
able to
course.
teach or children
Yeah,
into responsible, kind, generous,
yeah.
kids or children.
Mhm.
'Di ba? Tumutulong sa kapwa. Ang ganda.
Yeah, yeah.
Meron pa tayo kasing attitude na yung pakiramdam aside yung being sensitive to others' needs, yung you don't want to offend people. Particularly, 'di ba, for example, when you see a friend or a cousin who's doing
Yeah.
so good things, but you cannot even say to him or her bluntly that, oh, you're doing the wrong thing. Because in our case, no, we have this hiya. We are ashamed to tell others that, oh, this is wrong. So do you also have that hiya? Mm.
Yes, and it's even persisted to like my American workplace. So I've kind of learned that, because I'm the person that people like to vent to. And, they'll tell me things and I'm like, oh, maybe you shouldn't have done that, or maybe you shouldn't have told your subordinate, you know, what time are you getting back from lunch, right? Like, and I'm like, in my heart, I want to say that stuff. But on the other side, I'm like, oh, I might like lose them as a friend, or I might like, lose whatever camaraderie we have if I tell them how I really feel, even though I've known them for like, 4 or 5 years, right? I'm like, oh, I want them to like me still. What if I say something and they don't like me? And so I'm realizing like in my professional workplace that I long term, not everyone can like me, but that has like persisted through my entire life. Even with people I like don't agree with, politically or, unfortunately religiously, I just try to find a way around it so that way they're still my friend and I just let it go, which is not great. But yes, that is a trait that's persisted.
Yun, namana mo rin yan kay mama mo siguro, di ba? Oo, kasi ganun tayo mga Pinoy eh.
Pero I think nasa tao na rin yun. Kasi merong tao na kahit Pilipino, hindi rin naman very straightforward. Kahit they say what they feel, di ba? Right away.
Mm. Sa bagay, tama ka. Ibig sabihin,
May napansin na they say it right away. May mga taong ganun, Filipino or not, di
oo,
ba? So
mm.
parang nasa tao na rin yun.
Sa bagay. Pero mas marami sa ating mga Pilipino yung talagang nagtitempe, yung kinokontrol na, ay,
Yes, pero
ayoko
but
makasakit.
it depends sa tao na sasabihan mo. Like, kung may
Oo.
close friend ka na you can tell your
Ay, oo, tama.
friend mo, di ba? You can.
Yes,
Well, yeah, you can, but
yes,
I
yes.
still don't. I don't want to lose them, even though I've known them forever.
Oo, sa bagay. Ito naman, yung persistence, di ba? Sinabi mo na yun, yung hard work. Meron ka rin
Mhm.
nun, ano? So, ano pa ba yung Filipino values natin na work ethic, nasabi mo na, tapos yung po and opo. So, meron pa ba akong nalimutan, Lea? Sandali. Sorry ha. Sorry for taking much of your time. Yung karangalan or
Yan,
dignity.
yung bahala. Mhm.
Yung bahala na pala. Dalawa na lang, karangalan, tapos yung dignity. Ay, bahala na. Meron ka ba nun? Yung parang, nagawa ko na lahat eh. It's up to God. Mga ganon. Di ba ganon tayong mga Pinoy? Bahala na is really not a negative trait, but we only say, let it be. Let it God. Because, we are
Yeah.
my best. Mga ganon.
We have done. Mhm.
Like, you don't plan at all, yung like
Ay, we plan.
no planning.
We plan.
No, I don't think that's what they mean.
Oo, we plan
The
everything, but then
Bahala
when
na.
oo, yung we plan everything, kaya lang yung bahala na kasi is a negative concept picked up by foreigners. But according to Enriquez, when I did my research, bahala na is not a negative trait. It's something like you have done your best, and so let God do the
Do
rest.
the rest.
Like that.
Because
So
Sira,
it was
whatever
negatively
will be,
picked up
will
by
be.
foreigners. So
Mhm.
how about you, Patricia? You also entrust to God everything? It's fake.
yeah, um,
You have to do the work.
it's the saying here in America, which I'm sure you guys may have heard, is "it is what it is." And I think that's the American version of that,
Yeah,
minus
bahala na. Yeah.
God. And I think that's really the only difference. But yeah, I've lived my entire life of I can only do my best, and if I've done my best, I will let it go. Another thing I've learned over the years is like how much control I have over something. So
yeah,
I
exactly.
ask myself, can I control this? Yes or no? If I cannot control it, I ask, can I influence it or can I influence the outcome of this? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, then I influence it once and then I'm done. And then if the answer is no to all of that, then I let it go. So,
Yeah. Yeah, great,
Very
great
good answer.
answer. But I think yung karangalan is, I think based on the answers that you have given, yung karangalan or dignity, we were protecting our dignity, our reputation, diba? I think you have exemplified that. So let's go to the cultural portals. When we talk about cultural portals, it's something to do with immersion in our Filipino culture and visits to the Philippines. That's
mhm.
smart. You mentioned that. So I think you have also already mentioned that when you visited the Philippines at the age of 4, right? So how many times again have you visited the Philippines and for how long?
I don't know, Mom. 6,
Uh,
7 times.
yeah, at one point, she stayed for 5 months there. That's when you learned
That was the
when you
longest.
yeah,
Yeah.
when you went to school and learned Tagalog.
Yeah, it was like every other summer starting at 4 years old for
Yeah,
like 2 to
and
3 months up until I was like 11 or
11 or 12.
12, and we stayed half a year.
Yeah.
And that's when I went to school, was during that half a year. The summers in between was just like vacation.
Wow, that's great.
And just recently, right? You
Yeah,
went
I
back
took my son to
2025.
the
That
Philippines and
was
my
last year.
husband. Uh-huh. Yeah.
At Tagalog ba o English ang usapan nyo? Siyempre sa Pilipinas, marunong mag-English ang mga
Um,
cousins, pero nagtatagalog ka ba?
well, yeah, honestly, here's a good piece of information for your dissertation. Um, because they knew I was American, I went to like I don't know if you know RSST, Renaissance School of Science and Technology in Morong Rizal. Um, and I think you call it like I don't know, primary or secondary school there. I don't know. I was grade 1 or something or whatever, 10th grade, ninth grade here is. Um, I remember like before I even got in, everyone was speaking Tagalog. And then as soon as I walked in the classroom, it was like, oh my gosh, there's an American. We can practice our English now.
That's what
I
you're
And
saying.
so, and I would be like, no, I want you to like talk in Tagalog. Like, I want you to speak in Tagalog so I can like understand and learn more. And they're like, no, we want to talk to you in English so our English can become very good. And I'm like, okay, that's not what I'm here for, but I'll talk to you in English if that's what you want. So there would be conversations happening around me in Tagalog, and a couple of my teachers did um, instruct in Tagalog, especially like the subject of Tagalog. That was all in Tagalog, thankfully.
Filipino.
Um, but I got the most out of like tutoring after school a lot for Tagalog. And then just hearing the conversations around me because everyone wanted to speak to me in English. But I did get a lot from that. So, I don't know if that helps.
Thank you. So that was when you were, when you visited the Philippines, at when you were four, or
She was
what was that?
11.
Oh,
She
that
was
was when I was like 11 and a half. I had
11,
my 12th birthday there. Yeah.
11 and a half. Okay.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So you're talking about the Filipino language that you learned when you were in the Philippines ba? Is that it? Or do you have
Yeah.
Filipino? Okay. Nung pumunta ka sa school, ito bang school na 'to ay dun ka ba nag-aral ng isang taon o visit lang siya?
It's just a visit.
That's
There,
Yeah.
it was only 5 months we were there.
5 months of
Yeah.
visit tapos nag-visit lang siya sa school. Maraming beses ka ba nagpunta sa school o
Oh,
I
isang
mean,
the
I was
whole 5 months,
enrolled.
she was
I was
enrolled.
enrolled all the five
you were
months. Yeah.
enrolled
Yeah,
sa 5
for
months.
5 months.
Good.
Yeah.
Akala ko oo. So 5
She was
months siya
wearing uniform
nag-aral ka
and
ng
all that.
Oo, nagtagalog ka rin. Sa ilang yung subject mo, naggawa ka ng essay
Hmm.
sa Filipino. Very good. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was when you were 11 and a half years old. Okay.
Hmm. Yeah.
Tapos bukod dun, ano pa yung masasabi mo na natuto ka ng kultura aside from immersion in the Philippines, visits in the Philippines, meron ka pa bang sa Amerika, meron ka bang communities? Nakalagay doon kasi none. So paano, nagsa-celebrate ba kayo ng mga festivals diyan sa Amerika?
Um, I feel like we did Simbang Gabi while we were here, at least a few times.
Bangabi.
Um, mhm. I think, I don't know, Mom.
For Christmas, right?
Hmm. I don't know what other like, honestly, because like we went to the Philippines so much, like
Mhm.
every other year for a couple months at a time, which is a long time in, American eyes. I don't think we really did that much here stateside, but that's just because we keep going back.
O yun,
We keep
tama.
returning home.
Mm.
But yeah, I think we did Simbang Gabi with like our church, depending on wherever we were living in Las Vegas. We did that a few times. I don't think we did any other. Can you think of anything, Mom?
How about Christmas, like your celebration of Christmas or a New Year or probably Lenten season or All Souls Day or All Saints Day because here in the
Yeah, they get their
Philippines,
Ash
yeah,
Wednesday,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ashes.
Yeah, like yeah, I was baptized Catholic. I'm still a practicing Catholic now. And like those,
They're
holy days of obligation, we go. Yeah, like all Saints Day, All Souls Day. Yeah.
we don't do All Saints Day here. We
Okay.
don't. We don't do
Mm.
All Saints Day.
Yeah, that's more Philippine side.
Also
Yeah.
day, right? Mm.
Yeah.
All right. What
Yeah.
about when you're usually, what season or maybe occasions in the Philippines that you visited? Siguro you have participated in a lot of celebrations in the Philippines. Anong season ka? Anong occasions usually when you when you visited the Philippines? Nung mga
Non-monsoon seasons, right, Mom?
Yeah. No,
When
lahat.
no typhoon season.
No
when there are
typhoon
no
season.
monsoons or typhoons is when we go.
No typhoon. Eh, di ano yan.
Yeah.
Usually mga summer, gano'n ano. Tapos mga December, nakakapasko ba kayo sa
Yeah, mostly before when she was young, it was like summer, May, June, April, May,
American
June,
summer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
and
Para kasi
then
walang pasok, ano?
December, January. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but no, I constantly remember, gosh, there's a festival that happens in my bungal. I think it's for like Jose Rizal or something.
Ah,
Mom, do you remember? Like they don't have school and stuff, and like everyone
Were
eats
you
and
still in the Philippines? Were we
Yeah,
Was it
they're asking about like what events in the Philippines were consistently around for. Like, what is that thing I'm talking about with about Jose Rizal and they like closed down the schools and all that stuff?
Mm.
Oh, okay. Well, that should
Ma,
be a yeah, national thing if it's Rizal. It's not only
Rizal
in my
Day,
Bangkal.
December 30,
are
Rizal
you
Day.
sure? Okay.
Baka Rizal Day,
I
no?
don't know. But I remember you participated in school. That's United, was it United Nation or was it Maddie? I'm confused now.
No, I wore a Filipiniana
Oh, there you go. Filipiniana. Yeah.
to do
So
that.
is that United Nations Day?
I
So
I don't know.
Baka linggo ng
yeah,
wika,
and
buwan ng
they
wika.
made you the Filipino one. Filipino one.
Hindi ko alam, Mom. I need you to help me here. I was tiny.
Anyway, siguro
Okay.
baka yun ay National Heroes Day. Ano, kasi naka-Pilipiniana.
Um,
O kaya naman ay baka buwan ng wika.
okay, okay.
Kaso August yun,
There you go.
bagyuhan. Yung wearing of
Yeah.
Filipiniana, bagyuhan yun August. Okay, pasabagay,
Hmm.
hindi pa
I
naman
think that's when we
Yeah.
were there for 5 months.
Okay, sige,
Yeah,
sige.
that was when I was in 11th. That was with my school. Yeah, I did do that. Yeah.
So we did that All Saints Day over there, Christmas and New Year when we were there. Yeah. We did all that.
Wow. Immerse na immerse pala eh. So, walang problem. 'Di ba sa kultura ng Pinoy.
Mhm.
So,
And
ngayon, how do
probably,
you
I
feel?
think one of the fiestas in Morong.
Oo. How do you feel being having two citizenship? Dalawa ba o isa lang? You have dual citizenship or one lang? Patricia.
Oh, just one for now. I want to get my
You should
dual
have, I
citizenship.
know. I could have
Um,
applied for her.
yeah, I just have to go to the embassy in Los Angeles and do it.
Wow.
But that is something I want to get done.
Because you were dual when you
Yeah,
were born.
Mm.
well, yeah, technically, yeah, because
Because I
my
was
mom
still
was still a
Filipino.
Filipino citizen at the time of my birth, when she was working on her paperwork. So yeah, it's something I want to work on and get.
Because she wanted to live in the Philippines longer.
Wow.
Yeah, it took my husband
Oh,
three
she
days
has
to say
such
he
a
wants to
Filipino
retire
blood.
there.
Wow, galing naman.
Yeah.
And also,
She
Berna, di ba, you
loves
want to retire in
Filipina,
the Philippines
Philippines.
also? Berna, you want to retire in the Philippines also, right? You have your own resort
Yeah, I
already.
have, yeah, I have my place, but probably not. We'll probably stay there for like 4 months, then come back here.
Come back there. Okay.
Come
So,
back again there for another 2 or 3 months, then come back again here.
oo nga.
Mm.
Just to avoid the typhoons.
Oo, yeah.
Yeah, maybe Christmas time. The
Oo,
best
when
Yeah.
weather.
when your mom was here, no, Patricia, I didn't see you kasi
Mhm.
I wasn't able to go to one event because I had an event also. I think that's why I wasn't able
Aw,
to come. So see you next time when you come to the Philippines.
yes.
Yeah.
I guess we don't
You
have
know
any
where
more
you know
time.
where she lives? She lives in an island. That's where my dad died. That's where
Oh,
your grandpa died, anak.
Talim Island.
Same
That was,
island.
oh, I was
Oh,
inviting your mom and your family. That was a year ago. But then you
Beautiful
decided to go to
island.
Baguio instead. Diba? I was inviting you.
Yeah, that
But
wasn't
you
too
decided to go
that
to
isn't
Baguio.
too far from Morong, so we should go there one time. It's very nice.
yeah.
Next time when you come to the Philippines, you
Go
visit
to
our
both.
place.
Yeah,
Okay?
that sounds great.
Right.
Yes.
Uy, thank you so much. I think I have no other
Eh?
questions. And you can,
Marie, do you have any question for my
ikaw, Marie,
daughter?
you have a question pa ba? Sa cultural portals.
So far you have just one. Yeah.
Sige, go.
Do
Okay.
you have any organization in the US? Like, do you have organizations with Filipinos, and what sorts of
Yeah.
topics do you talk about?
Um, so this is kind of interesting. Just in the last year, they in Las Vegas, they established like Filipino town.
Oh,
And so just like there's, you've heard of like Chinatown?
Yes.
Right, like how there's a few streets and it's like, oh, all these Asian businesses. Well, they just designated like a few streets to be like Filipino towns specifically, and like there's a whole sign and everything. And so I know a lot of Filipino businesses are looking at like either moving there or starting there. Um, because there's a bunch of Filipinos in Las Vegas now. So there's that. And then there's Simbang Gabi with my church, because again, there's a lot of Filipinos here in Las Vegas, and that is like one big, cultural event that they have at St. Thomas More here in my church. Um, and everyone is all the Filipino women like cook a bunch of Filipino food, and like we can all go and eat and enjoy Simbang Gabi. And I'm trying to think of, I know in like high schools, Maddie, my sister joined an organization called Key Club. And it's just like a multicultural type of club, and each month they pick a different activity depending on like which ethnic group they're celebrating or looking at. And they would do something with that. So like every year she was in Key Club, they would like do an event as high school kids together. Usually it's just to go eat Filipino food, if I'm being honest, but that's another like organization I can think of.
But do you speak in Filipino? Do you talk in Filipino? And what sorts of topics do you talk about?
Oh, yeah, I talk like I'm 4 years old. So I'll say, konti lang po, salamat
Okay.
po, kumusta na? Yeah, it's
Understands a
very,
little, but not really speak it anymore.
yeah, and it's the one thing that was really hard for me and still is all the oh my gosh, the modifiers of the Tagalog language. Because there's difference between like kain na, kumakain na, you can say ewan ko, but the professional version is like hindi ko alam, and like that's been like really hard for me to grasp. So I've
Like
kind
slang
of just
words, Filipino slang words.
yeah, and like the way you modify nouns to like make them, it's a whole thing. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying.
We
Yeah, yeah,
understand.
I get
Yes,
We
that.
we
understand you.
understand.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
But given that, do you plan or have you enrolled yourself in a school studying Filipino, or have you, thought of or planned of studying formal Filipino like classes?
Probably not for me. That is something I want to get my children into, though. That way they have that, right? Because they're only 25% Filipino, but I think it's an extremely important part for them. So that's something I want to do for my kids. I have two. So they're really little right now. They're like 2.5 and 2 months old. So we'll give them some time to grow up a little bit. But yeah.
Yeah, thank
Ang
you. Miss
gwapo.
Terry, yeah.
Oo, ang gwapo at magaganda ang anak niya. Nakita ko na sa picture, sa picture lang. Sa mga videos, diba?
Sobrang
Magandang
kulit
mommy
yung
tsaka
bata
lola,
nila.
diba? Basta tayo mag-picture muna para may remembrance tayo ng ating interview tsaka maipadala sa inyo. Sige,
Sure.
smile. Ayan. So, thank you so much. At ako,
Thank
inaantok
you.
na siguro kayo.
Uh,
God bless, ha.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. It's okay. You're welcome anytime. Diba, Nak?
Oo,
Yes,
salamat
let us
po.
know if you have any follow-up questions.
Opo.
Thank you.
Salamat
Salamat.
ng
Thank you.
marami. Tulog
Salamat
na
po.
kayo. Bye-bye. Good night.
Ingat po.
Bye-bye. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Nadine.